Good afternoon, communication students. My name is Jeff Mateva. I'm going to talk about something very near and dear to my heart, and that's teamwork. I reviewed the survey questions just like the rest of us have, and I saw one thing that stood out that I really felt I needed to, impart some of my experience on the rest of the class. The question was, would you rather work in a team or would you rather work as an individual? 60% of the answers to that question were, I'd rather work as an individual. And there were various reasons that were behind it, but I want to make sure that from my career experience, I want to impart some of the knowledge and some of the success stories for teamwork that I've actually had the pleasure of being part of. I look at the new business models, the old school way of thinking. 20 years ago, when I first started, every business manager that I ever saw, I ever worked for, they come in at 5 in the morning, they would be there till 7:30, 8 o'clock every night. That 15, 16-hour workday was not something that was unheard of. They were jacks of all trades. They could do quality, they could do process issues, they could relate to the product, they looked at prints. They were jacks of all trades. The new business concepts are getting away from that. They're not looking for people that are willing to kill themselves from from dusk till dawn about anything anymore. They're looking for that cross-functional team. They're looking to get a group of individuals together that are specialized in order to either work on projects or to support production lines. Now, from my personal experience, in my field, I'm the team leader of one of these cross-functional teams. We call them pods in my environment, similar to killer whales. I have a quality engineer, I have a product engineer, I have a process engineer. I've got two process technicians that each have their own specialty. One of them is process-based, the other one is machine-based. So I look at that group. I can take any one of them. I can just say, I've got this problem, and they solve it. I'm the operations guy. I manage the people on the floor. I make sure that the parts are getting produced. When I run into an issue that requires support, I go to these individuals. This is the team concept that I'm talking about. This is the direction businesses are going in, and they've been very, very successful when they do it. Part of what I want to make sure I convey is that, especially to that 60%, this is what you get to look forward to. This is when you get out in the working world, and you're probably already there since most of us are, but once you get out there and you're doing what your degree is telling you, particularly in business management, this is the direction that companies are going for. This is a successful concept, and they are all jumping on the bandwagon. So we want to make sure that, what makes a successful team. All right, workload is definitely one of those items. If you have one individual doing the majority, the team fails. If you have leadership, and I'm going to touch on this a lot, if you have bad leaders, you will have a bad team. The team looks to that leader for motivation. They look to that leader for communication. They look to that leader for every goal setting. I need to do this today. I want to do this, this, and this. Okay, I need you to help, you to help, you to help. That's what the leader does. Delegating, making sure that everything is going on track, making sure everyone is committed to the project goal or the team goal. For me, it's the product line. It will succeed if the support staff understands what we're looking at from day to day and where we need to go. And I look at some of the issues that have jumped up to me over the last few years, and I didn't have a choice on the individuals that were on my team. I asked, maybe beg, borrow, and steal, but who I got is who I got. So, team building 101. This is what you're going to run into in the working world. The team is going to be whoever the management staff puts it in one. Okay, here you go. Okay, so what do you do? First things first. You have to understand that you're the leader of this team. And it's not about putting the best people, it's about building the best team. So you start at the bottom. Understand their strengths, understand their weaknesses, get them working together, communicating clearly, making sure the direction is solid and you're going in the right path. According to Susan Hethfield from About.com, there are 11 key steps for building a team. You want to make sure that you have that commitment from that individual. Understand why that individual is there, what that person's or his or her speciality is, and use that to the team's advantage. If that person's a quality engineer, don't have them working on product stuff because that's not they don't get them going in the right path, and you will succeed. Another item, leadership. touched on this once. I will, and if I had 30 minutes, I would pound this thing to death. But leadership is the key. It's the foundation that you build the house that the team sits in. If you don't have good leadership, you will have a bad team. There is no question about that. I've seen that so many times. It's not even. Sometimes it makes me sick. And you can take bets, probably win every time. But the leadership part is understanding what you have. Everything surrounds the leader. If the leader can direct and focus, motivate, you're doing very well. According to Vadim Kalitnikov, we want to make sure that there are 9 roles of a team builder, of a team leader. You want to make sure that you get, if you can get that team to the point where they're self-managing, they don't need you every day, you succeeded. If you can come in, do your job, look at them, get a quick update, and they're doing their thing without you having to sit over and micromanage, because micromanaging is bad. Don't ever let anyone tell you any different. Micromanaging is bad. And we want to make sure that, the individuals that would say that they like to work by themselves, I understand you probably had bad experiences in the educational world. And Professor Swasso, this is nothing directed at you. But the educational world is not the real world. You look and you see what we have in the educational world. You have a bunch of individuals doing something different. I don't know for sure, but I might be the only business management major in this class right now. There's probably a couple of us. There's accounting people. There are, psychology people. Once we leave this class, we're going in different directions. In the working world, we're all pushing that way. We want to take these parts or this concept, we want to get it over there so we can make money. That is the team environment in the working world. We're all going that way. Education world, we're okay. I'm going to go this way, you're going to go that way. Hey, I might see you in another class. Educational world is not the real world. Do not let this mar your opinion about the team concepts, because it works. It's very successful, and I have seen it firsthand. I want to make sure that I leave you with a couple of things, and I've definitely gone over, so I can't fix that. We want to make sure that I saw one person that said something about type A personality on the answers to this question, and I'm a type A personality. You know what you're going to do? You're going to go out, you're going to lead a team. Type A personalities are good coordinators, delegators, and leaders. You may have seen, you have a humility problem. That's fine. You'll get over that. I promise you. I had one too, and 3 years later, yep, no more humility problem. I want to make sure the number of individuals that did the 60% is shockingly high to me. One of you might be working with me or for me at one point in time, and I want to make sure that you understand that I subscribe to the team environment. Businesses subscribe to the team environment. It's incredibly successful for them, and they will consistently push the team concepts on every person that walks through that door. And that's even in their interviewing process. Team, how do you feel about it? This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to make things work. What's your opinion? And they will be quiet. You'll hear crickets, and they'll expect you to answer. And I want to make sure I touch on this one more time. There is no such thing as a bad team, just bad leaders. So if you're a terrible leader, if you're not pushing this thing in the right direction, move out of the way, let somebody else do it, because you will only hurt the team. You will only create more failure than you will success. And businesses nowadays, if they are failing, they're gone. If they're succeeding, they're making lots of money, and you see them, Fortune 500, and they're on the, stock exchange. Google, Facebook, yeah. Okay, so thank you for listening, and I apologize for taking so long, but 15 tries didn't even. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.